This past weekend, Fikile Mbalula, the ANC Secretary General, told the nation that Brown Mogotsi is not a member of the ANC. Hardly 24 hours later, Mogotsi hit back and said he was indeed a member in good standing. Mogotsi is the man at the center of allegations implicating suspended Police Minister Senzo Mchunu and Deputy Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya in working with criminal syndicates. There's no doubt that Mogotsi is like a bad stain on the ANC's bright image. It is understandable, therefore, that Mbalula would go to such lengths to deny him. But what does all this say about the ANC as a party? Is the center holding, or is the party experiencing a complete and total meltdown? Hello everyone, welcome back to Joe Talks Politics. I am your host, Joseph Mosia. Let's get right into it. When Fikile Mbalula stood before the cameras this weekend trying to put a distance between the ANC and Brown Mogotsi, he was really doing what the ANC has done for years. Managing perception, not solving the problem. In the beginning, he was not sure whether Mogotsi was a member of the party. It was only during follow-up questions that he emphatically stated that he was definitely not one of them.
Mogotsi was a member of the ANC. He did not occupy any significant role in the African National ANC except being a member whose membership expired. If it was not because of this process, we wouldn't have known about that character. Let us be honest with you. The next thing, boom! We're being shouted about Brown Mogotsi. Who's this guy? He speaks about the ANC like he's a trident. He even sent me a message here. He sent me a message. I don't know where does he get my number. I don't care. I won't respond to him. He's not a member of the ANC. He's not. To answer your question, Brown Mogotsi is not a member of the ANC. It took me time to go to the records. I went to the branch. Even the province. He's not a member of the ANC. He's just going up and down, perambulating among leaders and his proximity. He's not a member. The things that he does and he's proclaimed to have done, he's doing them on his own by impressing few leaders of the ANC who want to be impressed by him. It's got nothing to do with the movement.
If Mogotsi isn't a member, why is it that within 24 hours he was all over the media contradicting Mbalula?
Yeah, I've seen those communications and the utterances by the Secretary General. But let me confirm something to you. I'm a member of the ANC in good standing. I have also, attempted to send you some proof that my membership only expires at the end of October. But it is not the Secretary General who has the power to do that. My branch, which I have communicated with, and they are aware that my membership only expires at the end of October.
Now you're saying that currently your membership is without question or doubt still relevant?
My membership is very relevant.
And then are you saying that the party and its Secretary General have no place to terminate your membership based on the allegations that you've been exploiting the party for?
You see, I'm from Fikile, a street away from my house. The first Secretary General of the ANC in 1912 is living, his house is there. It is not the first time I know of a Secretary General by Fikile Mbalula. And this is the African National Congress, not Mbalula National Congress. The leaders of this organization are produced by the ANC, not vice versa. Whether Chief Lutuli or Tambo, including Fikile Mbalula himself, they are the product of this organization.
The truth is uncomfortable. The ANC has become so entangled with figures like Mogotsi that even it can no longer tell where the party ends and where the road begins. Mbalula's admission that criminal syndicates have infiltrated the ANC is not just a passing comment. It is a confession, a rare and dangerous acknowledgement that the governing party, once the moral torchbearer of the liberation struggle, is now struggling to police its own ranks.
But Mogotsi is not alone. There are many such characters who have infiltrated the ANC. You can ask yourself, a person who's so low in the ANC, how does he have control and be accused of big things like what we are reading? That tells you a story, that the ANC is infiltrated as a party. And that is why we say, keep the cycle bigger, but know your cycle as a leader. Do not just follow everyone, leadership. There is a new terminology. It has moved from comradeship, comrade, to leadership. Somebody just look at you in the face, leader, my leader, leadership. And then you feel good. Hey, I'm being called leader. This person does not even know me.
But infiltration does not happen overnight. It's the result of years of compromised leadership, weak discipline, and the obsession with power over principle. When political office becomes a gateway to money and influence, the criminal underworld doesn't need to fight the system. It simply just joins it. And so we find ourselves here, a ruling party that cannot distinguish between comrade and criminal, between loyalty and liability. Take a moment and think about it. This is the same ANC that once expelled members for violating ethical codes. Today it shields and defends them until public outrage forces its hand. The Mogotsi affair is just the latest crack in a foundation that's already unstable. First it was the Phala Phala scandal, then VBS saga, then the accusations of state capture that the Zondo Commission laid bare. Now it's the infiltration of the party by organized crime. Each revelation chips away at what little moral authority the ANC still claims to have. Harboring characters like Brown Mogotsi because they bring in resources will still come back to haunt the ANC. In fact, it has, in a way, started damaging it. Mogotsi and his ilk don't just operate randomly. They specialize, among others, in information peddling. They are always on the lookout for the smallanyana skeletons that Batabile Dlamini is famous for coining. They release them when the time is right and their backs are against the wall.
He traveled with Vusi Keke abroad. Vusi Keke has been convicted and sentenced for the killing of Wandile Boswane. It was also shown that he was with Vusi Keke 2-3 days before Wandile Boswane was murdered. I know Boswane's family. You know, with our interaction, they showed me some proof that actually Boswane gave Fikile Mbalula 1 million rand, and he promised to pay it back. Today, the money is not paid.
You're saying that Mbalula was instrumental in working with Makeke to ensure that what was done to Boswane happened?
I cannot say that. I'm saying, in as much as he was with Vusi Keke, currently Vusi Keke has been sentenced. Do we have to label him? Do we have to tell him you can't be a member of the ANC? You were traveling with someone who's been convicted and sentenced? That's what I'm saying. That the same applies to his wife in Free State. She was involved in the housing scandal, where Fikile is a direct beneficiary because he's the husband. Do we have to say, no, you can't be a Secretary General because now your wife is implicated? He's using the name Brown Mogotsi to actually attack his target. And that target is Senzomtun. This whole thing that led to Madlanga Commission, the target is Senzomtun.
The center, it seems, is no longer holding. What we are witnessing is not just factionalism or infighting. It's institutional collapse. The ANC is caught between two forces, the remnants of a liberation movement trying to preserve its legacy, and the machinery of a ruling elite determined to protect its access to power at any cost. Which brings us back to the real question: is the ANC capable of cleaning itself up, or has it reached the point of no return? History tells us that liberation movements often collapse under the weight of their own contradictions. They forget that freedom is not just about ending oppression. It's about building something honest in its place. The ANC once embodied that dream, but today it feels more like a party fighting to survive scandal after scandal rather than a movement fighting for justice. And as the 2026 local government elections draw nearer, voters are watching closely. They're not just asking whether the ANC can govern. They're asking whether it still deserves to. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And please share your thoughts in the comments below. That's it from me, Joseph Mosia. See you next time.